My dear friends, I come to you with a confession. Seriously, I am a weenie. Now, I think I've known it for some time, but it has come into greater clarity and focus over the past few months. Let me explain how. So back a few months ago when COVID started sort of picking up steam, we were in Spain visiting our daughter who was studying abroad. Well, COVID really struck, and then our travel plans were changed. So we had to come home. And then once we got home, we were told that we had to stay in quarantine, isolation for 14 days. So we did. Stayed in our beautiful home with the care of wonderful people from our church. Brought us food and flowers and drink and checked on us. We prevailed, made it. And then when we were out of quarantine and ready to play, well, everybody else went into quarantine with shelter in place. The golf courses were closed, and the restaurants were closed, and the stores were closed, and everything was closed. And well, we were ready to go, but nobody could go. And then we were told that if we went out into public with other people, we were told how to do it. That we would have to wear masks and gloves, and we would have to stay 6 to 8 feet apart and practice social distancing and all these things. We were told how to interact with other people. Well, again, we've gotten used to these new rules and regulations, and we're making it. Well, then in the midst of that, then we have Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Murders. Horrible murders of innocent black people. Well, then, protests, take to the streets. Things are happening, man. Things are going. This is so wrong, so wrong. And rightfully so, people protest, and they're in the streets, and they're letting their voices be known because this has got to stop. Got to stop. Let's go. So last week we went to a rally in Trenton. Man, we're there. We've got to do it. We went to a rally in Princeton. Got to do it. Got to do it. And then, I'm a preacher. I preach and do all this stuff. So I say, I've got to do more. So let's go. So I get my son and we get in the car. We go to Washington, D.C. to prepare my sermon. So I preached down at the Lincoln Memorial, and then I stood in front of the White House and held a sign, 2 signs, for an hour protesting. Got in the car. Whew, long day. Good week. Standing up for the cause of justice. On my way home, I'm sitting there, and the thought came through my head. I'm kind of tired. When are things going to get back to normal? My gosh. What a weenie! What a weenie! I mean, like 3 months of inconvenience. Now listen to me now. I don't mean to demean by any means the devastation of COVID. I'm not talking about that. And the horrible loss of life. People have lost their jobs and lives have been ruined. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my feeling a sense of slight inconvenience in the midst of all that's happening. And I dare say, I grow weary. When are things going to get back to normal? And then our black brothers and sisters are saying, please, dear God, don't let things ever get back to normal. Things cannot get back to normal. And I'm whining because I'm a weenie. I mean, I'm whining because of the restrictions placed upon my life right now. But for 400 years, our black brothers and sisters have lived under the control of quarantine and captivity that we have placed upon them, placing regulations and rules on how they are to live their lives. I mean, we bought and sold them like cattle. And then once we say, well, you're free, we say, well, yeah, you're free, but you can live here. You can't live there. You can eat here. You can't eat there. You can go to this school. You can't go to that school if you go to school at all. You can use this bathroom, not that one, this water fountain, not that one. And if you dare interact with us in the wrong way, you will feel our wrath. Because we will tell you how you are to interact with us. Because we are white and you're not. 400 years they've been living like that. And I say, I grew weary for a few months of inconvenience. And so there's protesting and taking to the streets. Rightfully so, man. Righteous indignation, man, to the street, because it's got to stop. And when these things happen, when people gather, there's going to be something that's going to happen. So we have some looting, violence, and destruction of property. Is it right? No. But come on now. Is that right? But come on. So we hear things like thugs have taken over the streets. Thugs. And when the looting starts, the shooting starts. And we will show domination. Seriously? Seriously? I think the thugs took over a long time ago. Because if you're a black person living in this country, I mean, you've been told what to do. You've been dominated by whites for a long time. And I mean, you've been told how to act and how to live, how to breathe, how to move. And if you dared act outside the rules and regulations, man, you will feel domination and wrath. Seriously? I mean, for a black person, if they just looked at a white person the wrong way, if they did something that a white daddy didn't like to his white daughter, white son, you would be hung from a tree. From a tree. And good church-going folks would go out and watch the lynching after they went to church. Read James Cone's Cross and the Lynching Tree. I mean, this has gone on for so long, and how dare I say, I grew weary. What a weenie, man. What a weenie. It is time to put on my big boy pants and to stand tall as a man, as a human being. Because things cannot go back to normal. Normal is not right. Normal is not just. Normal has to be changed and has to be fixed. And now. So my sisters and brothers, I just confess that I've been a weenie. Because as a priest, I get up and I say, oh, bless this and bless that, and say the prayer at some rally and do whatever. But most of the time those words are there, and man, there's not a lot of action, not a lot of meat behind them. Well, that's got to stop, and shame on me, shame on me. So my sisters and brothers, I don't think it's too late. It's never too late that we get in the fight, that we get in the game. Because our sisters and brothers have been in this journey, this fight for a long time, over 400 years. Man, they're weary. They got to be weary, but they will not stop. They cannot stop because their very lives and souls depend on it. And if their lives and souls depend on it, then I believe so do ours. We've got to stand together, and we've got to do what we can do to partner with our black brothers and sisters to get the job done, because things cannot go back to normal. Because the thugs have been running the operation for too long, and for too long I sat idly by, passively by, because my life was fine. And that's a sin, and that's wrong, and I've been a weenie. So the time is now, sisters and brothers. Let's get it on and get going. I've taken but a half of a timid step on what's already been an over 400-year journey and struggle for freedom, for righteousness, for black brothers and sisters. Man, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it done. Time to stand up, stand tall, get some courage. Get it done, white people. Get it done, white people. We can do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. We cannot stand idly by any longer. We've got to take a stand. Do something. Say something. To partner with our brothers and sisters to bring about the cause of freedom, justice, righteousness for all those who are oppressed and struggling, for all those who are not free. I cannot be a weenie any longer. So at least for me, man, this tall white man from the South, man, I cannot be a weenie any longer and thus sit by while my dear friends suffer and act like it doesn't touch me. Those days are over. So thank you for hearing my confession. Now may God help us all. find a new day and a new way in our world. In the name of the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit.